Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the official Second City Sam podcast, where today I will be talking and previewing what is on tap for this year's WrestleMania. There's a lot of matches to talk about. I only got a few minutes here, so I'm going to get right to it. First, I want to start with The Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt. Now, some people believe that these matches won't transform into the ring. They look good on paper, and that's it. I disagree with you. I feel like, first off, people say that The Undertaker is not in shape. He won't be able to wrestle anymore because he's old, because of what happened with Brock Lesnar. Let me tell you something. This guy is 49, younger than Ric Flair, who wrestled until he was 100 years old or whatever it really was. This guy is 49. He can still get it done. He trains MMA, so he's going to be in shape. He's going to be ready. Let me explain to you why he did not look good last year. Early in the match against Brock Lesnar, he got hurt. He got dropped on his head. It was a concussion. People criticize The Undertaker for not performing well on a concussion. Give the guy a break. He had one bad year. He's going to be fine. He's going to have a great match against Bray Wyatt, who is a young heel in the business. He's becoming what he quotes as the face of fear in the business, instead of The Undertaker, who was always the face of fear since 1991 when he debuted at Survivor Series. I think it's going to be a great match. I think it's going to put Bray Wyatt over. It's going to put him into the notorious wrestlers stage, if you will. I think Bray Wyatt is going to be an up-and-comer. He's going to be a champion in maybe a year. But The Undertaker's really going to help with that. I don't care if people say he's not good enough anymore. BS. He's going to be fine. He's going to look good in the ring. And the mind games leading up to WrestleMania is going to be awesome. So moving on here. Just wanted to get that out of my system to start it off. I want to talk about Triple H and Sting. Now, I'm a little worried about that match. You know Triple H is going to be ready. He's always in shape. Sting has been wrestling in TNA for a while, and from what I saw when he was face-to-face with Triple H, it looked like he's been in TNA for a while. It didn't look believable. You know, he got punched by Triple H. He didn't sell it very well at all. I'm worried about that match. If it looks like a TNA match, people are gonna notice. They're gonna complain, which they should. You know, TNA is not very good, for me anyway. But, you know, I feel like the match is going to be decent. The only thing I'm worried about is Sting. I'm not worried about Triple H. You know Sting's going to win the match. They didn't bring him in here to lose. So that's what's going to happen. Whether or not they make it a good match, well, that's on them. They need to, for fans' sake anyway. All right, so moving on, I want to talk about the multiple-man ladder match that's going to happen for the Intercontinental Championship. You got multiple superstars already a lock in the match. You got Stardust, you got Dean Ambrose, you got Bad News Barrett, you got Dolph Ziggler, you got Luke Harper, and you got R-Truth. And what's supposed to happen tonight on SmackDown is Daniel Bryan is supposed to be also a lock in that match. So that's a lot of superstars in that match. And whether or not they can, you know, make the action as good as it can be, I'm not so sure they could do that. There's going to be a lot of crowded in the ring and outside of the ring for that matter. It's going to be crowded. I think they went a little too far with this one. I thought when they first announced it was going to be maybe 4 people. That would have been fine. But now they got all these superstars, and most of them are really good. I'm not so sure how they plan to get all of them noticed and make them have a quote-unquote 5-star match. I hope it happens. I think it could happen, but the WWE has to be really, really careful with this match. Now, who do I think is going to win? Well, judging from how they've been treating Bad News Barrett, he's been losing every match ever since they've been stealing the championship back and forth. He loses every match all of a sudden, so I don't think he's going to win the championship. I don't think he's going to retain. I feel like it's going to be between Dean Ambrose and Daniel Bryan for the title. Dean Ambrose has been there since the beginning. He's improved a lot since he left the Shield, really, and they want to bring prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship, and that's what I think those guys will do. Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, whichever. I think they're going to bring great stuff for the Intercontinental division. I think they're going to bring it back. So moving on here, John Cena and Rusev. It's got the potential of being a pretty good match. USA versus Russia. Not a lot of people like John Cena, and obviously Rusev is a top heel. I think John Cena is going to win the belt just to bring the United States back into the belt, if you will. John Cena is no longer on the high card. He's not in the World Heavyweight Championship division, and he's going to be putting superstars over, and I think that's what he's going to do with Rusev here. He's going to push Rusev to the top, and he's going to make him a serious contender for that World Heavyweight Championship very soon. Finally, the last match I want to talk about is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I'm a little worried about that match too. Two powerhouses going together never really ends well, but Roman Reigns gets a lot of undeserved criticism. He messes up on the mic. Sure, that's fine. But the guy is a decent wrestler. He's not as bad as people say he is. He does need to get better, but I think that'll come with time. I think Roman Reigns is going to win the belt at WrestleMania, but I think Seth Rollins, who is the Money in the Bank holder, will cash in, and I think he'll walk out of WrestleMania with that belt around his waist. Boom. Right there. That is all my results for the big matches at WrestleMania. Make sure to stay tuned. You can listen to me on ChicagolandSportsRadio.com every Thursday from 2 to 4 p.m. on the Sam and Joe Show. Also, follow me on Twitter at Second City Sam. Give me a tweet. I'll reply back. Also, give me on Facebook. I have a page there as well. Thank you for listening to the official Second City Sam podcast. Have a great day.